Hi guys, today we're going to be doing a Valentine's Day tutorial. I did a Twitter poll to see what you guys wanted to see in this video, and this one, so we're going to be doing that today. But before we get into the video, I just want to say thank you for subscribing and watching my last video. I already have 355 views on my last video, and I think 21 or 22 subscribers, so that's really good for my first video. I posted it a week ago, almost 6 days ago, but I feel like that's really good for the first week, so thank you guys so much, and let's get into the video. I already primed my eyes, which you guys know I prime with the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and I blended that in. So now we're going to go in with the Makeup Forever Single Shadow, and I'm not sure if the color is 5 or what, but any red eyeshadow will do. You can even use pink if you wanted to, but since I'm wearing a red shirt today, not red shirt, but red tank top, I decided to use red. And we're just gonna kind of create like a halo eye. And do the same thing on the other eye. We will blend this out so it won't look as crazy, but and just blend that out really well. And we're going to take that same color and put it on the lower lash line. I'm going to switch brushes. Like I said in my last video, these brushes don't have names, but I'm sure you can find one just like it. And now we're going to add some pink to this. So I'm going to be using the Naked Smoky palette brush that looks like this. And I'm going to be using the color Gossip from my Full Spectrum palette and adding that right on the base of my eyelid. We're going to go back and add a little bit more of that red to make it a little more vibrant. Now add a little bit more of that Gossip color. Now we're going to take some of this ColourPop Shadow Glitterati, the Super Shock Shadow, and we're going to add that right onto the base of the eyelid where we added the Gossip color. And do the same with the other eye. And now I'm just going to take a tissue with some micellar water and go over my face because I had a little bit of fallout from these shadows, as you can see. That's why I didn't want to do my face first, because I knew that I would have fallout with this. Those of you looking for a really good makeup remover, micellar water is insanely good. So instead of buying millions and millions of makeup wipes, just get a whole bottle of this. I got this like a few months ago, probably November, and it has lasted me forever. And if you can find the one, they make micellar water with like a pump on top, so if you just want to put a cotton pad on it and pump it onto the cotton pad, you don't even have to open the bottle, you just pump it down and it gets the cotton pad wet, so I highly recommend that. Now we're going to do eyeliner. And for this look, I decided that I wanted to do a red eyeliner on my waterline, and this is NYX Electro Liner in Agent Red. And we're just going to add that to our waterline. This eyeliner kind of takes like several coats to actually get it on there, but once it's on, it looks really good. So now that that's on there, we're going to do our liquid liner on the eyelid, and I'm using the Tattoo Liner by Kat Von D in Trooper. Like I mentioned in my last video, this is my favorite eyeliner, especially because the tip is like, it's bristles, but it's almost like a felt tip. And those are my favorite kinds because I don't like when bristles like spread apart and it's really hard. I'm gonna do my brows. And like I said, I use the Anastasia Brow Wiz. And the color I use, I think, is Ebony. Yeah. I have really dark eyebrows. Okay, now that brows are done, we're gonna go in and do our face. And I am using the Professional Primer. Like I said last video, I'm not really sure how I feel about this because I don't feel like it really helps anything. I'm using the same foundations I used last time, the Kat Von D Lock-It Foundation in Light 44 Cool, and the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Foundation. I can't find the name of it. Also the same with that red eyeshadow I used. Couldn't find the name of it, but I'll show you this just so you know the color. I think the colors might be on like the packaging, but obviously I threw those away when I got them. So, who knows? I'm mixing this up to put on my face. And I feel like I'm a little bit paler than this, so I'm gonna add a little bit more of the lighter shade. Yeah, that's definitely better. I'm so pale right now, I can't stand it, but oh well. Just add that all over your face. And I'm using my MAC Oval 6 to blend that out. My face is a little bit dry today. I've been moisturizing, but like the moisturizer that I have, it's like not working for me anymore. I've used it so long that I think my skin is just too used to it. So it's not really working for me anymore. So if you guys have like recommendations on what moisturizer to use, that would be great, because mine just isn't working. And I've tried so many moisturizers and I can't find a good one. They all just like make my skin feel good while it's on my skin, but then once it dries, it's like no good anymore. So let me know. So now I'm gonna wipe this off of my hand. Actually, no, I'm not, because I forgot that my foundation isn't really matching me these days. So I'm gonna add a little bit on my neck just to make sure I don't have lines. So now that that's blended out, I'm gonna take my micellar water and wipe this off my hand. I still have to get falsies, so I will not be using those in my video today, but you can add falsies on if you want to. It won't really matter. But that's just a little side note before I get there, because I'm still doing my face. Like I said in the last video, I'm going to use the e.l.f. contour palette, and I'm going to use this banana shade to set my face. You can use whatever setting powder you want. I currently don't have any setting powder. I need to get new setting powder, but this works just fine in the meantime, so I think I'm just going to continue to use this till I run out of this, because this works pretty well actually. It's not even a setting powder, I don't think, but it still works. So now that that's on, I'm going to do my contour with my butter bronzer that I mentioned last time, by Physicians Formula. This is in the shade Light Bronzer, although like I said, I think they only have one shade, so yeah, I'm going to do that real quick. I forgot to tell you, I'm using the the Real Techniques contour brush to do this. I always forget to mention the brush that I'm using. And to set, I used the same brush as last time, the buffing brush by Real Techniques. If you're looking for makeup brushes that are affordable but work really well, Real Techniques is the way to go. They have tons of brushes. You can find them at Ulta. You can get them online. There's lots of stores that carry them, but I know Ulta has like a big selection. They also have good beauty blenders. Now I'm going to be doing blush, and I'm using my Milani powder blush in Tea Rose. This is a gorgeous color, my all-time favorite blush ever. It's so pigmented, so you have to kind of watch how much you use, but it's amazing. I'm just applying this right on the apples of my cheeks and dragging it out a little bit so it doesn't look like there's just a big circle of blush on my cheeks. But you definitely want the main concentration to be on the apples of your cheeks. If you kind of need a guideline to go by when you're doing this, if you smile, you'll see the round part of your cheeks stick out a little more. So that can be your guideline if you have trouble doing it like how I'm doing it right now. And I'm using the blush brush by Real Techniques. So now we can do our highlight. Again, I'm going to be using the BH Cosmetics palette that I showed you last time. And this time I'm going to be using this color right here. It's the third one down, clear to the left. So I'm going to be using that color. And I actually might mix it a little bit with this color right here, the second one down, clear to the left. Because one's a little more pinky, and I feel like that's kind of the look we're going for today, so. Now you can highlight your brow bone and the inner corner if you wish to do that. To highlight my brow bone, I'm going to be using the Full Spectrum palette brush, this teeny tiny one that comes with the palette. And I'm going to be using the second one down in this palette with the smaller end of the Full Spectrum brush. And I'm going to use the same little brush that I just used to highlight my Cupid's bow. I'm also using the same color I put in my inner corner. And I'm also going to use a tiny bit of that same color on the same brush and go right on the tip of my nose. Now we can do our lashes. I forgot to do clear brow gel on my brows. This step isn't necessary, but I highly recommend it because your eyebrows will stay in place all day long. So I would do it if I were you. And I feel like it just gives brows a more sleek look and more like tame. But if you don't want your brows to look tame, you do you. I'm going to be using my Buxom Lash Mascara, and this color is Blackest Black. Like, I used this in my last tutorial. I use this one for length and to like separate my lashes. And I use another mascara for blackness and thickness. And I just now realized that I totally forgot to take my winged eyeliner on this side all the way to the end. It's one of those days, you guys. Now I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Perversion for the blackness and the thickness. This mascara, I adore it, but it's so thick and it gets clumpy around the lid, or around the like area you put the wand into, and it gets so annoying because you don't want that on your wand when you're trying to do your mascara. If you want to, you can go in with a brush that has smaller bristles. That way, like when you do use that mascara, like I just went back to my Buxom one so that I can spread out this because I don't want them to look like spider legs. This is why I use two mascaras, because I feel like the two kind of balance each other out. So if one, like the Perversion one, makes your eyelashes clumpy and the other one spreads them out and gives them more length. So I feel like the two really balance each other out, and they're a good combo to use if you're going to use two mascaras. And on the bottom, I'm just using the Kat Von D Immortal Lash. What color is this? I don't know what color this is, but I think there is only one color of this. And for your lip, you can use whatever color you prefer. Today I'm probably not going to use a crazy color, maybe just a gloss. I'm going to use the Smashbox lip gloss in Pout. This is the Be Legendary lip gloss. This is what it looks like. I love this consistency because it's so like milky and it makes your lips look like they look like they have volume, like they're thicker or something. And this color is a color you can wear with anything, literally anything, because it's so like neutral. And this is also a color that will look good with any skin tone or any lip color. So that's it. That's the finished look. I'm so glad you guys watched. So make sure you like, subscribe, do all that. I just want to thank you again for all of the views on my previous video, and I'll be back with more.